Hello guys and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to draw some faces. I found a video that described, or they were comparing drawing tablets and they happened to be drawing faces. So I took that and I observed it and I just decided to roll with it. By the way, I want to shout out to my gaming channel. I just uploaded a video of a Minecraft server that I just joined. I want to make more videos on there. Apparently, my vlogging channel has a lot of subscribers, but it's not growing very well. So I started picking up my art channel and my gaming channel, and those seem to be blowing up a little bit more. I have more of a response for these two channels rather than my vlogging channel. However, keep in mind I will be doing more vlogging videos in the future. Let's get into the actual video and describe what is actually going on, what my thought process is. The first one, as you can see, was kind of wonky. It was very oval shape. I just wanted to make sure I got the structure or the placement of everything correctly, so I didn't worry about hair or anything. It just looks a little weird, so it ended up making the face where I drew the vertical and the horizontal line, drew the face looking more towards the left, which is totally fine. It helped me learn how perspectives or how a placement of something can change the direction of a character or of an object. I drew the second face, as you can see here, and I tried to learn from what I had done originally from the first picture or first face that you see on the paper, and it turned out a little bit better. Now they look a little weird because they're bald basically, but the thing that I keep forgetting was what was the purpose of that second half circle. So that was a little weird to me, trying to figure out what was the purpose of that, and I realized that the bottom of the half circle was where the mouth was supposed to sit, because that half circle was basically the chin. So I needed to figure out how to draw the half circle closer, but still as proportionate as possible to the face. I drew the mouth way too close to the nose, and I forgot that I even had that second oval to represent the chin and where the mouth was supposed to go. Cutting to the fourth face, this looks a little bit better. The mouth, I finally got it down. The mouth is placed where it's supposed to be, and it looks a little bit better. Honestly, I think I like the second face better, just in the way it looks, and the first one looks good for its different directions that it's facing. In this fourth face, I decided to pick up doing some ears and some hairline, like a hairline, to actually do some hair. It was so hard and so confusing how to make the hair lift off of the face. So now I decided to, after drawing a fifth face, which turned out pretty decent, I decided to come to drawing it much bigger, a much bigger version, and see if I could get the proportions right, because to me it seemed like I was getting it pretty decently down, drawing the faces really small, but I wanted to try and do it larger on just a one full page of just one face. Everything was turning out pretty decent. I hate drawing circles, the way they tell you to do it in like classes and stuff. Like you do a big circle, you just do it a bunch of times until you get that perfect circle. I hate that, but I still do it because there is something about it that it helps. I decided to try and draw the eyes in the almond shape, but it just started to look evil and whatever, and so I drew it rounder on the corners, on the sides of the eyes, and it just did not turn out well. So instead, I just completely erased it and decided to just, okay, let's draw the pupils, or the eyeballs themselves. So I drew the eyeballs, and I used that as my reference for how the shape of the eyes were going to be. So I started drawing it more almondy, and then I transitioned it into, wait a minute, this is a hard thing for me, so I decided to just round it. The one thing I keep forgetting to do is space the eyes. So after I realized all my mistakes, I was just getting so overwhelmed, I decided to try drawing another face, smaller face on the side of the bigger face. So with this one, it's looking much better than probably some of the other ones. The other ones were kind of long, rectangular faces, basically. This one is turning out to be a little bit more plump, a little bit more round, maybe more chubby, I guess. But honestly, I still just don't really like this face as much. It still has a lot of issues. The ears were really tough to try to just get down. I can't draw ears. I can't draw faces, basically. As the title of this video, I cannot draw faces. I don't get why I can't do that. Here I am again drawing the hair again for the head, because I felt like, okay, maybe it looks weird because I don't have the full-on facial features, like a head feature with the hair and everything. So I decided to draw the hair on this one again, but a little bit differently, because at first I would draw, it was just literally that the shape of the circle was the hair at first, but in this one I decided to pop it out and around the head, and so that looks so much better than the other ones do. At least I think it does. It looks a little bit more realistic, a little bit more pops out of the page. Drawing this last head here, this last face, I will, spoiler alert, this one was the best. This one turned out so well. Of course, it still needs to be improved. It still needs has a lot of work to do to be improved, but this one turned out so good. Everything was perfect. Everything, I just can't stress enough, it was so good. Again, we have the hair lift off of the head shape and drawing in those strands of hair that are switched to the side. It's looking amazing so far. When I was drawing this, I was worried that it wouldn't turn out well, but it actually ended up turning out well. So well, I just kept going. I drew the ears. I learned how to kind of draw a basic ear, I guess. And you don't just do a simple, like, hook. You do a swiggle on the hook, and that helps the ear shape come out more. So I guess my eyes tend to be more wide-eyed and very exciting looking, I guess. So I guess that's kind of my style. Because I can't do ovals. This is the face. I loved it so much. I completed it. It's beautiful. Last but not least, of course, I tried doing it one more time on a separate, or on its own page, completely its own page. I'm getting those vertical and the horizontal lines as perfect as possible. I realized if I can get them, like the horizontal line, as central as possible, my faces tend to turn out better. Now, one mistake I just made with the eyes was the eyes are split in the middle of that horizontal line. What I've come to realize was that the eyes have to sit either directly on top, but that's not ideal. What's ideal is just a tiny bit, not quite halfway. So like a fourth or a third of the eye needs to sit just below that horizontal line. Tends to look a whole lot better if you do that. At least in my experience, and in doing this video, turned out super well. Every time I would sit the eyes just barely below the horizontal line. Getting those pupils in for to say which direction the face is looking, it still bothers me because the eyes sit smack in the middle of that horizontal line, and so it doesn't look as perfect as I would like it to be. This was just practice. This is my idea book, trying to figure out how to maybe do faces. Of course, the ears, I did that hook, but I did a little squiggle in the middle of it on the left side, but on the right side, for some reason, it turned out to be a little bit smaller than I wanted it to. But again, this is my idea book, so I don't really care too much. I do wish that I had done it better, but it just looks weird to me. So it could definitely be improved. Now I'm just adjusting the shapes and fixing the head a little bit more. It's a little bit more oval and elongated than I would like it to be. That's just how I'm drawing it. I flipped back the page to get inspiration from that small head that I thought was so perfect, and drew inspiration and tried to gather as much information from what I learned from that face and tried to apply it to here. So I guess this bigger face, this last but not least face, is my grand finale, but it isn't my best. But this kind of ties in all of the things that I learned. For some reason, my eyes keep getting, like, they always get so close, so narrow space between them. And I guess that might be also why it looks so weird sometimes. See, as the shape of when I drew the circle originally, it was so elongated. So I drew the hairline, the top of the head, a little shorter than the original back sketch. So this is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, please go check out my gaming channel. It's Groupie Matthias. You can find it on the side of my art page channel, and you can find it on the side of my vlogging channel. I have links to those both. I created my first episode on a new server that I just joined. I'm really excited to see what comes of that, and I hope maybe I'll have some amazing builds that I can take inspiration from and draw them as well, and just to help my creativity and, you know, have some fun, maybe do some commissions from some of the server members. I think that'd be so awesome. But finishing up here, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!